The 8-year-old nephew of Atatliana Jefferson providing new insight into what happened in the moments before a now former Fort Worth police officer shot and killed her inside her own home. Also, new video showing the moment Aaron Dean was booked into jail, charged with murder. Our live team coverage tonight includes Steve Pickett. He's live for us over at City Hall with the action that the mayor is taking. Jason Allen with details in Dean's arrest affidavit. Also, Brooke Katz this evening live with how Miss Jefferson is being remembered. Thank you for being with us. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Doug Dunbar. So as a small group of protesters gathered outside Fort Worth City Hall today, they demanded action and change. At the same time, inside, Mayor Betsy Price, we know, was laying out her plans. Steve Pickett live to detail that for us. Steve?
Doug, before we speak about the mayor's action before this council, as you can see behind me, the continuation of those protesters slated to go back into council chambers with their concerns and demonstration that we've seen. The family, by the way, of Atatliana Jefferson receiving a personal apology from Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price in a private meeting, which also included Interim Chief Ed Kraus. That was after what you're seeing now, these ongoing protests. We also know, as you mentioned, the city will create that special police review board, a panel external from the city, all stemming from this shooting death. This protest, by the way, fewer than 20 people earlier today, but clearly harnessing the anger and passion of many regarding this shooting death. Officer Aaron Dean shot through that window, killing Atatliana Jefferson on Saturday night, Sunday morning, she was caring for her 8-year-old nephew. Now, Jefferson's brother and sisters joined members of the Texas Black Legislative Caucus today, demanding a review of police training, de-escalation tactics, and changes to use of force. And then we heard from the mayor on what she called a top priority the city needs to address.
As mayor, your representative, I'm asking David to take immediate action to bring in a third-party panel to review police procedures, use of force, and processes that we have in place.
That we need to have change. As chair of the Criminal Jurisprudence Committee, I will start by demanding that we have change in police training on de-escalation tactics. We need to have a uniform way to handle welfare checks. We should not have that many people die as a result of a welfare check.
You heard the mayor use the name David. That is David Cook, the city manager for the city of Fort Worth. It will be his job now to put into place that initiative that the mayor has now called for, an outside panel to look at the practices of this police department as a result of the 9th officer-involved shooting in this city of a citizen, which, of course, in this case, included the death of a citizen. Reporting live, Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
Steve, thank you very much. And as promised, police did release some more details today about the case and about Aaron Dean's arrest. There was also an emotional moment with the city's police chief during a press conference. Jason Allen is live for us from police headquarters with what unfolded today. Jason?
Yeah, and Chief, Doug, the chief made it very clear today that he is not hearing any defense from officers who work here about what Aaron Dean did that night. And when asked about the morale among the officers here in the department, here is part of how he responded to that.
I likened it yesterday to some of our officers that are out there every weekend and most weeknights that they're out there trying to build these relationships, and I likened it to a bunch of ants building an anthill, and then somebody comes with a hose and washes it away, and they just have to start from scratch and build over. I think that's going to be all. Thank you.
And you can really hear it in his voice there and see it that the chief appeared to be holding back tears as he walked away from the podium there. He told us today that once police had an arrest warrant for Aaron Dean for murder, it was a team of officers who went and picked him up at his attorney's office in Fort Worth. Dean hasn't made any statements about what happened that night. His attorney did not want to do that either today, other than to tell me that he was disappointed initially with the chief and the mayor. And while we don't have their perspective, we did get a new one today from Jefferson's 8-year-old nephew who was in the room when she was shot. The arrest warrant for Dean said that the boy had told an interviewer that he and Jefferson were playing video games in the back bedroom. Jefferson told him that she heard noises coming from outside and she took her handgun from her purse. He said Jefferson raised her handgun, pointed it toward the window, then Jefferson was shot and fell to the ground. And Chief Krause said today it makes sense that Jefferson would have a gun if, in fact, she felt that she was being threatened. The police did have enough for a murder charge. They are still working on the case. They told me tonight they're still doing analysis, forensic analysis of evidence. They're still doing ballistics testing. They're still finishing up some of the documents needed in the case before this is moved on and presented to prosecutors. Live in Fort Worth tonight, Jason Allen, CBS 11 News.
A lot of it hard to fathom. Jason, thanks very much. The Combined Law Enforcement Associations of Texas, they call it CLEAT, is providing legal defense for Dean, the former officer. His attorney, we've learned, is a man named Jim Lane. Lane, we don't know, recently represented Fort Worth officer Richard Hepner, who shot and killed a man in his own garage. Back in 2013, Hepner responded to a possible burglar alarm, entered through the back of the wrong house. That's when a man named Jerry Waller, you might remember that name, went to see what was going on. He ended up being shot. A grand jury cleared Hepner for the record, but earlier this year, Waller's family did win a legal battle, which allows them to move ahead with claims of excessive force.